is, so I get viewer questions, reader questions every now and then, and I haven't really answered any questions in quite a while. So I wanted to do one today. I did make a recording of it and I didn't really like it, so this is my second attempt of trying to do that. So the question is, what are my favorite directors? I can make a top 5 or top 10. That was my options. So instead, I'm going to take my own creative liberties. I'm not going to do a top 10 list of my favorite directors because it's really hard to rank a director, because all the ones I like have different styles. They're in different genres, and it's just too much of a hassle. So I'm just going to list some and mention a few movies that I enjoy from them. This is non-scripted improv, so first I want to get some really I don't know, everybody picks this kind of person out of the way. One is Steven Spielberg. Great director for obvious reasons. Everybody knows his name. I think one movie that really stands out for me by Mr. Spielberg, as I should say, is The Color Purple. It's probably one not many people would think of, but it's a movie I've seen hundreds of times, and I probably should know the movie word for word. I know my cousin does, but yeah, I love Steven Spielberg. I can say this for every director, I might not like everybody's movies, but he knows what he's doing. He knows how the industry works. He understands the trends and what's going on, and I feel like we have similar viewpoints to the way things are going in the cinema industry right now. Another is Quinn Tarantino. I really enjoy his movies. He plays a lot of homage to a lot of iconic Japanese directors, and he's kind of like a fanboy where he takes things he sees and incorporates it in his movies. Like, I like this, so I'm going to use that, but I'm going to put my own spin on it. And I kind of want to do that with my own movies. So I really admire him for that. I really enjoy, if I had to pick one movie I like, it was my favorite, it would probably be the Kill Bill series. I know that's kind of a cop-out because it's two different movies, but I really loved Kill Bill. It was awesome, high-octane movie, and I wish I saw it in theaters, but the first time I saw it was when David Carradine passed away, and they were having a Kill Bill marathon on TV, and that was the first time I've seen it, even though I wanted to see it so much before that happened. I also like Django Unchained. I liked Pulp Fiction. There's still other movies of Tarantino's that I still haven't seen yet that I would like to check out one day, and I'm sure I will. I always have plenty to watch. Let's see. Another one, less obvious, but maybe kind of obvious because a lot of you know that I love horror movies, but Wes Craven, I love the guy. If you saw my first impression for Scream, you saw that I got the box set and I was very, very happy about, and I'm watching the TV show still, so just so you know if you were curious. So most likely I'll probably do a review on it, but I love Wes Craven. I don't know. I think he's an amazing guy, and I think he's revived the horror movie genre twice. Maybe not twice, maybe once at least. I love Nightmare on Elm Street, even though Freddy Krueger scared me to death as a child, and it was mostly through the video game, which I probably will touch on at a later point on my blog. I love Scream, obviously. That, really revived the horror genre in the 90s, and I remember it just being so revolutionary back then and really giving life to horror, and that just made me so happy. I'm sure there are other Wes Craven movies that I should check out, or probably some of his lesser known stuff, but I think Wes Craven is a really awesome director, and I think he does so much good for the horror movie genre. Um, let's see, another one is, I'm gonna pick a Korean one to mix it up, which is Park Chan-Wook. He's most known for making the Vengeance trilogy, which is Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, and Old Boy. It's a trilogy I would love to own one day. It's on my Amazon list, and one day I will own it. I've only seen 2 out of 3 of the movies. I still have to see Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. But I've seen the other 2, and Old Boy is probably my favorite Korean, thriller. And it's a shame that Spike Lee remade it, and you can see my review for it on my blog. Oh god, it was just probably the worst thing you can watch with your parents. Don't ever watch Old Boy, remake, or original with your parents. Terrible idea. I'm a Cyborg, but that's okay. I'm sure that's a movie a lot of people forget that he's made. He also made Stoker, which was pretty good. I think that was his first American movie. I could be wrong. I enjoyed that one. There is one that I own that I still haven't watched yet. I think it's still in the plastic, which is Thirst. So I'm looking forward to seeing that someday. It's unfortunate that I haven't watched it and I've had the DVD for years. I have no idea how long I've had it, but it's really too long, and it always sucks when you go through your DVD collection and you're just like, I haven't watched this yet. Oh, stupid me. I should totally rip it out of the plastic and put it in. But then you end up getting distracted by other movies. So yeah. I really love the guy. He's awesome. He makes really great work, and I think he takes a lot of risk with his movies, especially knowing that Korea is very conservative. So having something like Old Boy be a thing is just mind-blowing to me. Another director that I believe is kind of did what Wes Craven did, which is revive the horror movie genre, which is James Wan. I love the man. I would fall to his feet and kiss it. I'd be like, thank you, sir, thank you, you've brought horror back. I mean, some people want to, blame him for creating torture porn or whatever, but really, he only produced, Saws 2 through 7. He only directed the first one. But that's for another day, because I've been planning on tackling that, subject one day, but I think James Wan really brought back old horror and fusing it with new horror, the good stuff of new horror, not the stupid jump scares, over sexuality, stupid characters. That's just totally cluttering up horror movies now. I love the Saw franchise. Like I said, I know he didn't direct all of it, but I love the Saw franchise. I think that really put life into the horror genre. I like Dead Silence. I don't own it, but I do want to. I've seen it a couple times. I saw it in theaters. I thought it was a really good movie. The Conjuring was just a masterpiece, and it's a shame that he didn't direct Annabelle, because I'm sure it would have been way better than what it was. Annabelle wasn't terrible, but I think James would have done a better job directing that movie. And it's sad that he's, decided to step away from the horror genre to do other things, like direct Furious 7, and I think he's doing a reboot movie or something, and I think he's directing Aquaman. And just will you just, come back and do horror movies, because you're really good at it. You know what you're doing, you know how to do pacing, and it's just everything I would love to do whenever I get a chance to direct horror movies. Takashi Miike. I love the man. I might not like all the movies. I mean, that's kind of a given. I've already said that. Some of the movies I've seen, there's a couple, maybe more than a couple, that I'm just I kind of wish I didn't see it, or, yeah, it was like really nice, but it really isn't like my genre. And like those two is like off the top of my head, Visitor Q and 13 Assassins. So Visitor Q was just like, I was just kind of, I kind of got grossed out a little bit. And 13 Assassins is just, it would look nice, but it really isn't my genre. Imprint is another one where I thought, well, it wasn't his best work, but it wasn't terrible. Like, it was alright. But, I guess I first got introduced to him through, I want to say Ichi the Killer, through a former co-worker, because he talked about it a lot, and I've seen that movie a lot, like so many times. And I saw Audition, I've read the book, they're both amazing. I've seen that a bunch of times too. I let my mom watch Audition as well. I've seen Crow Zero. I want to watch it again. I still have to see the sequel. There's so many Takashi Miike movies that I want to like watch because he has such a large filmography, and I just want to like absorb all of it because they're all different, but they all have like some similar like signature that he puts in. But he likes to take lots of risk, and most of his risks have to do with violence and gore and a little bit of torture and just like oddity. I just really wish he would stop using needles, because I hate needles. They kind of freak me out a little bit. Not so much like piercings and tattoos, but when it comes to torture, I just kind of tense up and cringe, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to watch it. And that happened a lot when I was watching Audition, and when I watched Ichi the Killer, and when I watched Visitor Q, and especially when I watched Imprint. So, I love Takashi Miike, he's a nut, he's interesting, and I hope he keeps making movies, and I want to keep watching them for sure, and I just want to do a whole month of just reviewing Takashi Miike films. Lastly, I kind of want to say, if I had to rank like favorite like Japanese directors, I think Takashi Miike would be second, and then this guy, Shion Sono, would be my number one. Overall, like I said, I couldn't rank any of these because they're all so different, but Japanese-wise, I can confidently say that Shion Sono is my favorite director, and I want to thank a friend for kind of introducing me into him, kind of, sort of, because first, I don't really pay attention too much to directors, like, oh, the new J.J. Abrams is coming out, or the new David Fincher is coming out, like, oh my god, we gotta go check it out, because so-and-so directed it, and, well, I don't know, there's not many directors where I'm just like, I have to see this because so-and-so directed it, and, like, even some of the people on my list, like, not everything they direct, I would, like, quickly go watch it, like, Takashi Miike, Shion Sono, James Wan, like, those three, I can safely say, I would go, like, rush to try to find, like, their movies, like, just because they directed it. It might not be my, whatever it is, it might not be my genre, but I'll check it out, like 13 Assassins, but Shion Sono, I think, like, Park Chan-Wook kind of really takes risk. He does lots of taboo, weird stuff in his movies. Like, every single movie I've seen from him is just out of this world, just weird. The first movie I've seen is Suicide Circle, or Suicide Club. Weird. And then the second one is the movie I saw from him, which is my favorite Shion Sono movie, which is Strange Circus, which is really, really strange and weird and off the wall. And then my third one was Extensions, or Hair Extensions, which is just weird and fun. So every Shion Sono movie I've seen is just weird. And it's a good weird, because, like, all of it so far, every Young Stone movie I've seen, I've enjoyed it. I'm like, I gotta own it. But they've all been kind of weird and taboo and take lots and lots of risk. Seen recently Himizo, risky. I saw Why Don't You Play in Hell, which was just tons of fun and just weird and crazy, and I loved it. I had a good time watching it. So Shinya Ono is a director I can't suggest to everybody, because I don't think everybody would like appreciate his work or enjoy it, because it's so out there. But I love him. One director I forgot to mention, which is a Texan director, which is Wes Anderson. I think he's an interesting guy, and he makes visually appealing like work. Like when you see his stuff, you know it's a Wes Anderson film. I did a whole short review post of just Wes Anderson films, and I'm hoping that one day on my blog that I will start doing like a monthly thing where I pick one director and just do a review on different films from that one director as a tribute to whoever. Like, I like Wes Craven, so this month will be Wes Craven, so I will review Saw, Scream 1, 2, 3, and 4, or Nightmare on Elm Street 1 through whatever. I don't know how many there are a lot of them, including Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and even probably Freddy vs. Jason, even though I didn't like that movie, but I probably won't do a review on the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, because that just doesn't count. So, I hope that answered your question. I'm sorry it was a long video, and I hope I didn't ramble too much, but those are my favorite directors, and hopefully maybe you'd love to check them out. Maybe you've never heard of them, and I really advise you guys check out at least one of their movies, because they're all very talented in their own ways, and I hope that one day I can contribute to the film industry and inspire other film directors, actors, whatever, as much as they have inspired me. So, yeah. So, if you have any more questions about me or my opinion on something, feel free to send them. I have my email address in the description below, and you can also just leave a comment saying blah 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 question mark. What's your favorite manga? What's your favorite anime? How did you get into this? How did you get into cosplay? I don't know, just leave me anything and I will be happy to answer them. Even if you're watching this on Muddy Cult, you can always leave me questions there or send them in my email as well, and I will be happy to answer them. I might not answer them immediately, but I do get around to them eventually, and I'm trying my best to catch up on a lot of things, and I apologize for that. So thank you for watching this lengthy video, and I hope to see you guys next time. So have a nice day. Peace.